The delighted co-promoters of Tyson Fury. Hearts, I'm sure, in the mouth tonight. Frank, I'll start with you. What on earth was going...
Delighted. We're responsible because after he got knocked down twice, we gave him instructions to how to pull out the fight.
So it was down to you guys, huh?
If it weren't for us, no. I mean, he was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. I mean, it's just like I've never seen. You know, you see lots of brave fighters and fighters with hearts, but you know, statistically, whatever way you want to look at, whether you love him or hate him, Deontay Wilder is the hardest punching heavyweight in the last 40 years, according to the statistics. And he caught Tyson with some great shots, and he was down, he was up, and his heart, his determination, his will to win. There's no one like him. There's no one like him. And at the end of the day, he just absolutely done a job on him, didn't he? It was just probably, I can't even get the word for it because it was so exciting. It's one of the most exciting fights I've ever seen.
Listen, it looks like Tyson has set out somewhat of a blueprint on how to beat Deontay Wilder. He's now done it twice, he's stopped him twice. However, is he the only man in the world who can actually follow that plan?
I've got to tell you something. You know, Deontay Wilder, hitting any other heavyweight with them shots would have knocked him spark out. The only one he couldn't knock out was Tyson.
I mean, yeah, it's not a plan. It's just to stand up and show that he's the better fighting man. You know, yeah, he was neglecting throwing the jab. After the knockdowns, Sugar Hill told him to throw the jab. But he's a better man. He'll beat anybody physically. There's nobody compares to him in the heavyweight division now or I think in the foreseeable future.
What on earth is it going to take to put him down and keep him down, Frank?
Well, on what I've seen, it'll be another Tyson Fury because I don't think there's anybody else could do it at the moment. I really don't. No.
The guy he fights next, the corner man comes with a gun. And in fact, machine gun, yeah, one bullet won't do it.
Well, let's talk just very briefly about next. Obviously, you know, you guys are in charge of his career. It will be up to you guys to decide what happens next with Tyson Fury. What have you got in mind?
Tyson Fury decides what's next.
Absolutely. And no one's making any decisions about anything at the moment. You know, he's going to have a nice rest after this. He needs to, you know, he's got his wife and he's get back to his kids. And there's no rush. There's no rush to do anything.
I wouldn't be surprised if he calls Frank sometime next week and asks Frank if he can put a fight on right before Christmas. He's that
well, he does. He said, well, we did an interview, didn't we, in the UK before we come out. I want 5 fights. He's planned out his next fight. I want to be out in December against this one. I want to do this. But he needs a rest. He needs a rest. But, you know, at the end of the day, but Bob's right. He will do that. It's what he is. He's a fighting man. He just lives and breathes boxing. It's, you know, that's his life. And, you know,
he keeps him focused. You know, there's a method to his madness. He feels mentally well when he's in the gym, training, and it's no accident that he wants to do it twice a day. I think he really needs that for his well-being.
It's like a discipline, and it's what Bob's saying is quite right. It does it for him. It's having a focus every day of what he's got to do, and that's where he's at. That's what got him through the COVID and the 20 months he's been out the ring, being in the gym, and that I think kept his sanity.
What about this story of Tyson Fury then? We've seen the video go out today. He talked about how it's his story. We've seen he beat Klitschko, had the highest of highs, then had the lowest of lows. What a comeback story he's had. Is there ever been anything like it?
Well, the only thing like it, but it wasn't. It was similar but different. Was when George Foreman stopped fighting and became a street faster for 10 years, and then came back and won the championship.
No,
but Ali was forced for 3.5 years.
That's what I'm saying, but he didn't fight for 3.5 years. But but Tyson, he would be a standout fighter in any of those eras. Any of those eras, he's up there with all of them. All of them.
I can't see some of, like Joe Frazier, as great as Joe Frazier is as a fighter, I can't see Joe Frazier standing up to a Tyson Fury because of Fury's size, punching ability, and boxing ability.
It was a phenomenal banger, massive puncher. But if the fight started going into the later rounds, how would he be? He wouldn't go. See, he's an amazing fighter and athlete. When you look at him, you'd never in a million years, you look at him as but when he gets in that ring, he's something special.
Unbelievable. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations.